Okay, we got 10 minutes till we have to work. Now find a game fast.
Okay, I haven't played this one, so let's try that. Looks pretty simple. I mean, it's just cards. Oh my gosh.
You just have to read the rules first. Oh, that's not English. Step by step. You have to make sure that the number match are always the same numbers, but not the same color. And the color match is always the same color, but not the same number. But you can also have the same number with the same color.
This seems a little more complicated than I thought. Why don't we play something we both know how to do?
Okay.
Like Settlers, this one.
Oh, yeah. I just kind of want to brush up on the rules.
Okay, well.
I'm a little rusty.
It's pretty simple, really. You just got to start with the 2 houses and the 2 roads and line up the cards.
2 houses, 2 roads?
Yeah.
What?
These ones.
Okay, well you have to make sure that you begin the game with 2 settlements and 2 roads. Okay, I guess you're right on that.
Yeah. So just this piece right here.
Oh, you have to make, hold on. There's a lot of rules, we have to go over it. So you have to make sure
not that many. What version do you play?
I play by the rules.
Okay, well, let's pick a game that no one could ever get confused with. Like, Monopoly. That seems like a great one.
Okay.
This is literally the world's simplest game.
Let's see. Okay, so to begin, select a banker. The banker's personal account will be kept separate from the bank. Why are you the banker?
Because I'm
Each player selects a token. The big fun game contingency cards are placed face down. What are the big fun game contingency cards?
These.
No, it has a smiley face on it. Those ones have thumbs up.
What?
Okay. We'll continue. So when landing on an owned property, the owner has paid the rent required. No rent is collected when properties are mortgaged.
Okay, I don't know how, but you have overcomplicated Monopoly. Why don't we play
Just like the rules?
Yeah, a little too much. You need to pick a game that has no rules.
Well, then there's a game that has no rules. It's very simple. I mean, okay, it has some rules. Everything has rules. 2 very simple rules to follow. Tick, tack, toe. I go first.
Ugh. Haha. Oh.
Really?
Dang it.
Boom. Hey Bonavista Baptist kids, welcome back and Happy New Year. It's the start of 2021 and it's the start of our new series. This series is called Rules for Life. Play it well, finish strong. Over the next few weeks, we'll be learning responsibility and what it means. Responsibility is showing that you can be trusted with what's expected of you, whether it's cleaning your room when your parents ask you to, or helping out around the house, or even playing by the rules of a game, like me and Ethan were trying to do this morning. Although I may have overcomplicated things, we still wanted to play by the rules. In our story today, we learned that even if there's a lot of rules and some of them are complicated, they're still important, as well as we learned that there's 2 very simple and easy rules to follow when it comes to following Jesus.
What do you have? No, I'm not talking about the money you have in your piggy bank, or how full your closet is, or even whether you own the latest gaming system. I'm talking about the things that each of you has been given by a generous God who loves you more than you could imagine. God has given you time. Time that you can waste, or time that you can use wisely. Sure, I can help for an hour. Be right there. God has given you words. Words you can use to hurt someone. I cannot believe you! Or to make someone stay. Way to go, you rocked it! God has given you unique talents and abilities. Gifts you can ignore, or gifts that you can grow. Yes, God has trusted you with so much, and He's with you every step of the way to help you use it wisely. When you show that you truly can be trusted with what is expected of you, others can see God at work in you. And that's why responsibility is an amazing way to worship God with your life. Because worship is about more than just singing loud. It's all about living loud.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verses 36 through 40.
The book of Matthew, the very first book in the New Testament, was written by, you guessed it, Matthew. Now, even though he was a tax collector and disliked by others, he became one of Jesus' followers. And years later, he wrote an eyewitness account of the things that Jesus said and did. For example, he tells us of the day that the religious leaders tried to trap Jesus with a trick question.
Teacher, which is the most important commandment in the law?
The religious leaders followed 613 different laws. They wanted Jesus to pick just one law so Jesus would get in trouble for leaving out the other 612 laws. But Jesus didn't fall into their trap. Instead, he took this opportunity to show everyone that following God doesn't have to be complicated.
Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Love Him with all your mind. This is the first and most important commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Everything that is written in the law and the prophets is based on these two commandments.
Now, Jesus wasn't saying that the other 611 laws were wrong. He was only saying that if you look at every choice in your life through the lens of loving God and loving others, you won't go wrong. If you love God and love people, you will fulfill all the other laws. It's truly that simple. Often, it's in our darkest times that we find the most amazing opportunities to show love to others. In the past year, due to COVID-19, we've seen a lot of people put themselves on the line to help others.
Doctors, nurses, medical workers. But we've also seen grocery store cashiers and delivery workers put themselves at risk of getting sick. So each of us could have the food and supplies we need.
That's love in a big way. And you know what? Young people and kids have stepped up too.
In Reno, Nevada, a college student named Jade Powell recruited a few friends to help elderly people buy their groceries during the pandemic. Within a few days, the idea took off. More and more volunteers jumped in to help shop and drop off groceries on the doorstep of older individuals. Within weeks, Shopping Angels reached all 50 states and other countries too, all because one student saw a need and chose to stop and show God's love.
Sometimes showing love to others only takes a few minutes.
In Columbus, Ohio, Taryn, who is 9, and Calliope, who's 6, knew their elderly neighbor loved classical music. Because she was in isolation and couldn't go out, they took a concert to her front porch. For 30 minutes, they played a private cello concert just to brighten her day. It was a simple and amazing way to show love to others.
Let's look at one more story.
In Portland, Oregon, a high school junior named Julia Lynn quickly realized that with school closed, some kids and families would not be able to get enough to eat. She put out the word online in her community, requesting food donations. Within days, she received over 400 responses. Julia picked up each donation herself, and with the help of the school student government, she set up distribution centers where families in need could pick up the food. In helping provide food to hungry people, Julia was clearly showing God's love in action.
God loves us so deeply. He's done so much for us, it's our responsibility to take that same love and show it to others. As Paul reminds us in the book of 1 Timothy,
"Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Set an example for the believers in what you say and in how you live. Also, set an example in how you love in what you believe."
don't wait for somebody else to go first. Now is your time. Now is your chance to love God by loving others.
You never turn away, you never leave my side. And every time I call your name out just to find that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know, you are always faithful, you love trust you with my heart. There are days when I feel I need a friend, and then I hear your voice reminding me again that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, whoa, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me. I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me. I will trust you with my heart. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, whoa, I will trust you with my heart.
Have you ever heard the phrase, rules are made to be broken? Well, it's not true. Rules were made for a reason. Your mom might have rules around the house so that everyone gets along. Or your Sunday school teacher could have rules so that everyone can learn the Bible. And God has rules so that everyone, even the bad people, can be saved. In fact, God had 613 rules that the Israelites had to follow. And if they broke even one, they were sinning. It was a massive responsibility. But thankfully, when Jesus came, he changed all of that. He simplified God's rules to make it easier for us. Now, there's only 2 rules we need to remember. Love God and love others. Here's what the Bible has to say about God's 2 rules. John 15:12. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I've loved you. Parents, don't forget to check out our website for the Parents Guide this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.